Hi, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade. Today we are working on the Williams Grand Prix. We are going to be working on this step up, step down, full set stepper, which is pretty cool. It does the step up, well, when it's not sticking, it will do the step up, and then it will do the step down. And if this relay energizes, it will do a full reset. So let's say you go up all the way. I'm so glad once this is rebuilt that won't do that no more. If this energizer gets, this relay gets energized, it will full reset if you don't get points on it. If you do get points, it will count down each one like that, which is pretty cool. And you know what, we're gonna tear her apart and we're gonna make it work new again. So first thing we're gonna do is loosen up this the spider on the back. I like to put a screwdriver in here and hold the gear so it can't turn when I loosen the nut on the other side. And it's off enough now. And I just really need to mark this quick. I will show you it after I get it rebuilt. You can see how the mark is. Alright, let's get that off. Put all these in one little pile right there. Let's get this spider off. Fingers, whatever you want to call it. And it doesn't want to come off nice. So we're going to use a screwdriver and get behind it just to walk it off a little bit. There we go. Oh my god, is this thing stuck on good. There. It will go right there with our parts. I turned my stopwatch on. We're at 23:51 right now for rebuilding this whole machine. Alright, let's get the screws out on this side so we can take the stepper and move it. There are actually 6 screws holding it down. 2 little short ones, and there's a couple little long ones. I'm probably going to have to stop this in a minute. I knew you'd fall in there. I'll probably have to stop this for a minute to get it. That didn't help much. I'm gonna have to loosen that one to get a new battery for this camera. Let's see if that did anything. Oh yeah, it did enough where we can get at it a lot easier to get these out. Alright, let's get pictures of this. You know me, I still take pictures. I tell you to take pictures all the time. And there's one right here. I like to take pictures where the springs are attached. And how all the mech is put together. Alright. Now we got that done. Put my phone back in my pocket. And where is my baby screwdriver. I wonder if that's the one I dropped last night. I bet you it is, because I don't see it anywhere. And I will need that for a couple little things. So I'm going to shut the camera off. I'm going to look for my little screwdriver, and then I'm going to put batteries in this camera. So I found a screwdriver. So let's still do that anyways. I'll be right back. Alright, the batteries are changed. That was actually really quick. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to unhook the spring for the gear here. It should be 3 turns. There's 1 turn. There's 2 turns. Yeah, about 3 turns. We want to get that out of the way, and this little seat clip will come off. Put that there. We get a washer. Now we should be able to finagle this out past everything except for this. We will have to loosen. Does this bracket come off by itself? No, we'll just take that stack off and lay it on the side. I can't get that gear off with the stack in the way. That's a nice long screw. Can we do that? Perfect. I don't like taking them completely apart. Sometimes the stacks fall apart. There we go. Get a little corrosion on there. So let's clean that up right away. Get my Scotch-Brite. Starting to get better. I got Q-tips, and we'll use naphtha to clean out the hole that this gear rides in. Alright, that looks good. Let's put that there, and we will get my Q-tips wherever I put them last. Here they go. Q-tips and my naphtha. And just stick it in a hole here. Not bad. It's actually really clean. So the issues we had with it were probably just that corrosion that was on it, because that's really clean. We'll take the other side and wipe it out. It's actually really clean. Now I'll take my Scotch-Brite and we'll just clean off the contacts on this side. Maybe I'll bring you over there so you can watch me. Do 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 do. See how I got that marked? And that marked. So I know when I put the gear back on, it goes just like that. There's a lot of people that say do not use the Scotch-Brite. You will damage and wear away your contacts. I strongly disagree. Some people say just polish them. Sure, you can polish them. It don't matter. But I have actually purposely taken a Scotch-Brite on one of my junk parts pieces and scrubbed the hell out of it. A brand new one. Scrubbed the hell out of it. and scrubbed it and scrubbed it. And you know what I was left? I was left with shredded this all over, perfectly polished rivets, and no damage. So, I don't know where these people are like, oh, you're gonna damage them. Nope, you're not damaging them. This is not that abrasive. This is not like sandpaper, where it's actually gonna scratch them up. This will clean them and polish them at the same time. As you can see, they're getting nice and shiny again. Normally I'd clean them off with naphtha, but there was nothing on them. No grease or anything. I'm just wearing this away. My Scotch-Brite. You think those are clean enough? I don't know how you would wear these away with a Scotch-Brite. I do not know how. So, yeah, there's other methods for cleaning them. Some people like to polish them. You know, get out your mother's polish them, go for it. But don't tell people that this is going to destroy your rivets, because it's not. Yes, there are more abrasive Scotch-Brite pads out there, but I am not using them. I always say get the green ones. Actually going to clean that off a little bit. Don't have to. Right, those are, fingers are clean. Let's get this away from my screws. I'll put that there. Okay, as you can see why I lifted this, took the screws out of this, so it makes it much more easier. But if you look down here, that's all the powder dust from my Scotch-Brite pad. Alright, let's get you back over on this other side. I'm going to put this camera down lower so we can actually see what we're doing. Do I need to make you a little tighter? Just want to see how good we're at. Alright. First thing we're going to do, since I got this loaded away, I'm going to change this bulb. It's going to be so much easier to change it now versus later on. I'm just getting the dust and crap out of where the bulb was. See how it's all dirty. Let's put that there. Let's grab one of the new bulbs. I use 47s. They're a little bit dimmer than the 44s, but they don't create the heat like a 44. They will do the same job, but not the same heat. Come on, blue marker. And put a little blue. Put a little blue mark on that. That way I know I changed that light bulb. I do that on the switches and all that stuff too. Lets me know I changed them, or I cleaned them, or whatever. So this mech since it's got the blue on the finger, it will let me know that I was there and I went through the whole thing. Let's get this cleaned, not too shabby. Let's clean the crap off the coil stop. Get there. Pull that down. Get the oh, the powder from the, what do you call it, the SOS pads, 3M pads. I just got a whiff of that. Clean off the coil, that dust off the coil. Ew. And then we'll get this out of the way. We'll clean that off. Get that all cleaned. Looks in pretty good shape. And get all the yuck and dust cleaned out of it. Now we'll try to, oh, I see a spot I missed. Here. Get that. Well, I'm going to take that off anyway, so it don't matter. There we go. Now we got a little coil sleeve for this. Put that like that. We'll get you back right where you belong. You belong. What is that wire for? There it goes. Get you back right there. This is the fun part. Get the screw holes to line up. And get my screws in the screw holes, because this mech, I cannot move it a lot. Normally you can move it. I could probably unloosen these last two harnesses just to get it to move where I want it to. There we go. I could get that to move where I want it to, but we're not. Now what I'm doing is I'm loosening these up just a little bit so I can move the coil stop and tighten them down. And this screw is too small, the bit, but they're up there and they're tight. There's the snug. Yeah, there's the snug. Okay, that one's rebuilt. Alright, let's get this junk out of the way so we can get this part off. That will lay like that. That will go there. That. Glad we got pictures. That will go there. That will go there. Let's wipe this off right away. These are always fun to rebuild. That will go right there. Let's put this one here. That will flip up. And this will just slide perfectly off. We need a little more naphtha. My basement is hot today for some reason. I can't really have any fans on when I'm making videos. because it disturbs the audio with the camera, my daughter says. So she says, no Dad, no more fans on. I can't even hear the fan when I'm making the video. I don't even hear it. But something with the frequency of the fan or something blowing through the air does something with the audio. So I'm listening to her. We're gonna put a little super lube on the shaft. There. Okay. My camera. Get my pictures. Okay, I need that other part on before I can put the what do you call it? I don't know how that went, so we look at our pictures, and it went like that. It went like that. And that one went there. Okay. That's why I say take pictures. Alright. We'll clean this off. This washer. So it's got old grease on it. We'll put a little new grease on it. Put her back on there, and then what holds that on is this spring. There. That holds that together like that. So now we will get to this side and take this part off. So we're going to take the spring off here. And this spring we will take completely back off again, and we will get at the C-clip. I almost twisted that to the point where it flew. That we will put next to the other C-clip, and then this just comes completely right off. This does not get removed from there. So we can't do anything about it, but I do have a little, what do you call it? 3-in-1 oil. I'll put a little drop of that on there, or I got use the super lube oil. I have it's kind of like in a little pen thing. I'll show it to you, but I will put that on there instead, because that's a synthetic grease. It won't dry up over time. It'll always stay greasy. Let's get this in there. This doesn't even need to have to be that cleaned in there, but I'm just doing it. But this shaft will have to be cleaned where it rides. So inside there, I will clean it, and I can see how dirty it is already. Put that there. Wipe that off the rest of the way. So, you see anything weird that you think I'm doing strange or something like that? Put it in the comments. Let me know in the comments if you're like, hey Mark, I don't do that. and why you don't do that. Or if you never did that before and you thought, hey, that's a good idea, I'm glad I seen that, I learned something. And then also, if you're watching this and you enjoy it, give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. I try to put these videos out every week, except for Wacky Wednesdays. Those are just whenever I'm wacky. Wacky Wednesdays usually tend to have nothing to do with pinball. I try to make them have nothing to do with pinball. Sometimes they are, but I try to make them just wacky, weird stuff. So right now it's, just so you know, it's Monday, August 17th. So whenever you see this video, when you see this video, this machine will be done. By the time you see it, it will be done for a long time. Just FYI. And ooh, we got a metal sleeve that is pretty stuck in there. So I'll show you how I take those out. Alright, and how I get these out. This is a 9mm socket. It's the exact same size as the sleeve. That's going to be a fun one. I may have to disconnect it and pound it out. Yep, I'm going to have to disconnect it and pound it out. What we will do here is let me take pictures of how this is soldered. The wire is on. I'm actually going to make a video on this. Just about doing this. We're not up to temp yet. Okay, we should be able to do it now. There we go, that's off. That's off. Hopefully clean that tip too. Alright. Let's go make a video on this. You're gonna have to watch the video on how doing this, because I'm just gonna come back and we're gonna put this on, but there's gonna be a separate video how to remove coil sleeves out of a coil that are stuck in, something like that. So we'll be right back and it will be magically out. Alright, separate video made on that. I thought that would be good just to make a separate video about getting those out. But like I did, I'll tell you what I did on the video. I put this on the vise like that. The vise was open, so you know it was open, and this was just sitting right on the edge. And I took the what do you call it, my socket, and I just tapped it down straight through till it fell out. So now we can put a brand new coil sleeve in here. Which way does it go? It goes like that, and you can see it does fit in there perfectly. And there, now it's snug. But this is not crunchy and the inside was not burned, so there was technically no reason whatever to replace this coil, because I ohm tested all these coils on this machine and I knew which ones are good and which ones are bad, and this was a good coil. So for some reason that sleeve just was stuck in there. I tend to find that a lot with the metal sleeves. They're a little more of a bugger to get in and out. So, anyways, you can see me solder this back on. Plastic ones, I've had them do that too, where they want to be buggers like that and not come off good. I always do that with my what do you call it? Give it that little wiggle test. And it didn't stick on. Where's my solder again? I got a new tool for this too. It's a forceps, and it grabs the wire, so I don't have to melt my hand anymore. It's 700 and something degrees. See, it just clamps like that. Pretty cool, huh? You just grab your wire. Cool. I love it. Andrew in EM groups posted about it, and I'm like, I need one of them. And I bought one. Mine's a slightly different style than his. They both work. Kind of wish I would have got the style he had, because it's more like alligator jaws. Mine has a hole where it grips around. It can grip around the wire, but that's good too. They're both good. Both good designs. Ooh. My stopwatch reset. So I must have went from 30 hours 29 minutes. It's a cheap stopwatch. I guess it don't matter anymore. It zeroed out and then started at 29 minutes. And I know I got like 20 something hours on this game. Anyways, let's get this back together. Oh, let me wipe that off. Get that nice and clean. Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. That might show my age, huh? Okay, let's get that like that. Get out of there, you bugger. So, anyways, let's push that through there. Let's get this coil stop back there. Here we go. Let's get one of my screws. Just love this screwdriver. Somebody else turned me onto this too. Can't remember who. If you're watching this video that told me to get an electric screwdriver like that, thank you. I actually have one more of these buggers to rebuild. That one is going to be done off camera too. You don't need to see both getting rebuilt. Oh, that's tight. And my screwdriver I was using fell down. Tight. Tight. What is that? That's okay. Alright, that. Let's get this piece on. A little lube on that. And where's my cap? Put the cap back on. And this went onto there. This spring went from here to there. That reminds me of a song. Here, there, and everywhere. Who sang that? If you know who sang that, put it in the comments. It's a good song. Let's hold that there. A little action, and we will use this tool to snap her back on. There we go. I like to give these a little spin too, to make sure I know they're seated. Because sometimes when you spin them, they'll click in the rest of the way. Alright, that's all together. Now let's get that gear right here. That's right in my way. Let's get a little naps and wipe that spring off. That spring looks like there's been grease on it from somebody dropping grease all over it. Alright, that's clean. There's no grease on the... I did need grease for here. No grease on the teeth. A lot of times you see grease on the teeth too. Don't know why. What was the game that I worked on? I can't remember what game it was. One of my last games I worked on. They put grease all over every damn thing. Okay, when you put this back in, you're going to see this nub right here. That rests right up against that. There we go. How many turns? 3? That's 1, 2, 3. They're always fun to get on too sometimes. Look at that. And then down. Or full down. Goo. Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. What's that one from? You know that? Drop her in the comments. I'm going to take a little super lube. Maybe I should use a clean finger. Pinky lube. Super lube on the pinky. And we're going to go light coat over the rivets. Not a big coat. What I usually do is I'll coat the rivets and I'll take a clean part of the cloth my blue towels I use, and I'll just wipe them off. That way I know there's just a thin coat. There's no thick spots anywhere. Alright. That. Here. Now we have a thin coat on there. And then this, we'll go back. There we had zeroed out. Yep, we're rested up against there. This will go back. Oh, almost not. There we go. And we'll walk back down. Back on there. Take the lock washer and the nut, and we'll tighten her back down. This one actually tightens down a little easier because as you turn it, that nub will lock up right into there. But when you loosen it, it won't. I don't He-Man these tight anyways. There, see how it stopped on me? I was turning it and it just decided to stop right there. That's tight enough. Perfect. Alright, we got that all back together. Now we will mount the switch back up. I will put a drop of Super Lube, the liquid, on there. We will tighten this switch back up. We will give this switch a clean. We will pull out these Jones plugs right here and give those a clean too, since they're kinda in the way. Let's get this stack straight. If you can hear that noise in the background, the clunk clunk clunk, that's my dryer. Sorry, I got clothes to wash. I have clothes to wash. Okay. Don't need a He-Man tight these, but you do want them tight. Alright, are they adjusted good? They look like it, but we will look at it when we clean them. That one's clean. Yes, I did skip them. But once I move this, these will contact themselves. And I don't have to make them smush each other because the pressure of theirself when I drag my 600 grit through there will hold them tight enough. You open good. Okay, I don't like that. This bottom leaf is closing. It's staying closed. Leaves don't do that. They either are open or they're closed. They don't stay closed and move. Okay, there we go. Bottom's open, middle's closed, top's closed. Bottom's closed, middle's open, top's open. And that's what we want. This opens and closes as the plunger pulls in. And they both got an articulation where they, what am I hanging up on? Where they they move as they should. Beautiful. You seen how draggy that thing was? How it didn't like to do what it wanted to do? Okay, this isn't conservative. Figure I might as well clean this while you're here. I didn't have any issue with these. I'm going to use my new piece. This way I know it'll get cleaned quick. I have a video on cleaning Jones plugs, in case you're interested. They're just green Scotch-Brite again. And you just run it through. And this is on number 2. That's top eject advanced jack. That was on 2. Okay, we got everything through there done, don't we? Yes, we will just have to put the screws back. We'll put the screws back and we'll verify how everything is articulating. These screws, little screws, go down first. I'll show you on this side. I can turn my soldering iron off. Let's get this wire harness back down where it was. I like to put all that stuff back. Gotta get right back to where it started from. Know that song? Oh, let me do this first. If you know that song, put her in the comments. Gotta get right back to where it started from. Oh yeah, we gotta get right back to where it started from. Love is good. I don't know all the lyrics. This battery is awesome. It's still staying strong. This is one I just charged yesterday. I haven't been using my camera that... Actually, I don't think I've done a video in like a couple months. So all my batteries, when I put them in the charger, it showed that they were all perfect. Oh yeah. And so when I put them in there, apparently they're not that perfect. This is it, Super Lube liquid stuff. And right where this articulates, we will put a drop. And that will get right behind. Put a rig drop right back here too. That will work its way behind. It'll work its way behind there. As I have this left up, because after I get done doing this one, I'm going to do that one. But anyways, I'll show you this other side. Let me move my soldering table. I'll show you the marks on it that I was telling you about. Oops. Let's get this camera back down. Okay. There's the mark right here. That's the mark with the top. And as you can see right now, they're all perfect in the center of where they're supposed to be. I can do it one at a time down, where we hold that relay in and zinger all down at one time. Now here's another trick. If these pads, this goes with a lot of the steppers, if these pads are not lining on here perfect. Let's say they're off just a little bit like that. There are screws. Let me get back that down. There's a screw right here, and there's a screw right here, and that allows this whole board to turn a little bit so you can get each one of these fingers lined up perfect on the rivet, and that's what you want. I've only had to adjust one on one machine. I did. If you don't mess with them, they stay good. If you tear them apart and clean them, they stay good. I don't know why on that one I had to adjust them a little bit. I think somebody, when they were messing with this, because it was not on this machine, on that machine, they were sticking, and I think they probably loosened this up, and when they were, you know, messing with it, got it off a little bit because they thought, oh, I'll loosen these up and I can get in there and put some oil in or something. But no, as you can see, it works beautiful. Or we do the full reset. Bang! That's it. So that's a Williams Grand Prix. This is one of the steppers. This is the left bonus unit. So as you're playing the game with your flippers, there's a trail of yellow lights that go on this side of the playfield. This is what no, it isn't. What is this? Okay, rows of white lights that are on each side. This controls them, because you start out at 5,000 and work your way up to 50,000. So that's this stepper, your 5 to 50,000 stepper. Now if you don't get the proper score, let's say you're up to 50,000 points, and you don't, I think you got to get in an out hole in order to score that, or the red arrow has to be lit up for that bank. If it's not lit up, when you lose the ball, it will do that. You won't get all that bonus. But if you're at 50,000, I went too far. I guess that's what happens when you, if you went up to 50,000 and you did get the appropriate, it would count down like that and you would get your score. So that's why it's step up, step down, and full reset stepper all in one. Pretty genius the way that they did that. So that's how you do that stepper. And as you can see, it's pretty much the same as the other, except it's got this other little relay with a lever on it that bypasses the system. And I forgot to put that washer and the C-clip back on. There, now it's rebuilt. Alright, thanks again for watching. Look down in the comments right there. Give us a thumbs up. Down in the comments there might be some cool information. If you guys talk to me or message me about something I did on this or I didn't explain properly, I'll put it down in the comments, or I'll put it in the item description. Please subscribe. It helps the channel out. It helps me get out there more, and it helps these videos grow, and it helps you to see more of my videos, because if my channel doesn't grow enough and I don't feel that there's a need anymore for the channel, I'll probably be done rebuilding these on YouTube, because this takes a lot of time to rebuild these things on YouTube. I can rebuild this in, you know, minutes compared to the minutes I spend talking to you and getting in front of the camera to get at the wrong, you know, right, wrong angle, whatever. If I'm just doing these by myself with no camera, I can be all over it, and I don't have to worry about talking to you or doing anything. I just crank up my jukebox and play a Beatles CD and I'll be set. So anyways, like and subscribe and share with your friends. Drop some comments down there. Give me, you know, praise or you suck, or, well, don't give me the you suck. But, hey man, this is awesome, whatever. I'd appreciate it. So, there you go. Have a good day, and later.